Good day, beautiful people, and welcome to Gumbo for the Soul. This podcast was inspired by my cookbooks, and as always, I need to share with you that my cookbooks are available on Amazon. They are also available at Books a Million and at Barnes and Noble. This is a safe space. This is a happy space, and I will be sharing an affirmation. Today is Motivation Monday. On Mondays, we will talk about our motivation, and hopefully that will help us get through the rest of the week. One of my affirmations is I am confident. So, like I said, every morning, um, I say affirmations, and I am recording this a little bit after midnight. So, with me being a parent to small children, I have to get in my affirmations when I can, while all the house is quiet and still. This affirmation is called I am confident. Now, what does the word confidence mean? All right, confidence. I hear a lot of people talk about being confident, but you can tell a lot about a person's confidence by the way they act, the way they speak, and the way they carry themselves. So, the definition of confidence is a feeling of self assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. So, you need to be self confident, you need to be self assured, and you need to be self reliant. So, basically, you just need to believe in yourself. A verse that comes to mind when I hear the word confidence is Romans 4:21. It says, "In being fully persuaded that what he had promised, he was also able to perform." So, of course, the he is talking about God. So we should be confident in ourselves because we know who created us. That's what I was always taught whenever I was a child, and confidence starts in our childhood. That goes back to what I have said before about how I'm raising my children. I know I'm laying the foundation, and one of the things that I'm building in both of them right now is self confidence. They need to be confident in themselves. I know as an adult, I know who made me, I know who created me, I know, who created everything. But my mom actually, she did a really good job, of building my self confidence. And I'm a firm believer that your self confidence is directly tied to your self esteem and also your self worth. So if you have belief in yourself and your own abilities, and your own qualities, that doesn't mean that you're a cocky person. That doesn't mean that you're running around boasting and bragging about what you know you can do. It just means that you're confident. Like I said, my name is Charity, and like one of my favorite passages in the Bible is 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And one of the things it says about charity, charity is another name for love. And it says, she does not boast, she does not behave herself unseemly. So, I never confuse being confident with being, cocky or, being boastful or being or bragging. Um, but like I said, it is directly tied to your self esteem and your self worth. Um, your self esteem has a lot to do with what you allow and what you don't allow in your life. How do you allow people to treat you? When do you stand up for yourself? Put your foot down and realize what you deserve and how you deserve to be treated. You need to be fully confident in your abilities, things that you can do for yourself. Now, not saying that you don't need anybody, because we all need people, we all need somebody, we all need help at certain points. 10 ways to build confidence. Confidence is built on accomplishment, so you need to monitor your progress, and you need to applaud yourself and congratulate yourself when you reach your goals, whether they're big or small. The good thing about a goal is You can write your goals down. You can visualize them. When you have accomplished a goal, and you can congratulate yourself. Um, I don't like to uh, leave my goals as like big chunks. I like to break it into smaller pieces. I break things down into smaller parts, and I deal with piece by piece, part by part, because it can become overwhelming when you're trying to achieve something. So you can break it down into smaller parts or smaller pieces, or short term goals and long term goals. Um, be fearless. You need to be able to stand up for yourself. You also need to not procrastinate. You need to follow through, and you need to think. You need to think long term. You need to think long term. You don't need to beat yourself up. If you don't do something like I talk about being a disabled veteran. I'm a disabled veteran, and I have several physical limitations that I have to work around on a daily basis. So I have to basically get rid of the negative self-talk. I can't beat myself up about the fact that I can't do the same things that I used to do. Um, I mean, something as simple as sweeping the floor, is a big deal. Something as simple as taking out the trash. Something as simple as bending over and picking up something off the ground. I have to work around several physical limitations. And then I also have two small children. So, I mean, just use your imagination. With me, and having to take care of them on a day to day basis, and have to make sure that they are two little boys. They are 2 and they are 4. And they are very curious, and they are very intelligent, and they like to know how things work. So just imagine having to pick up behind them every day. Of course, I'm teaching them, how to, uh, clean up after themselves, but they don't always want to do that. It's more fun, to pull things down than it is to put things back together for a 2-year-old and 4-year-old. It's more fun. It's only so many games you can come up with when it comes to cleaning up. There's only so many cleanup songs you can play. So I can't beat myself up about that on a daily basis. I have to tell myself, okay, they are children. They are going to pull things down. They are going to drop things. They are going to spill things because they are not at the right developmental stage, to be able to not spill something or not waste something. And their attention span is not long enough for them to say, oh, okay, well, since I poured out these blocks, I need to put these blocks back in the bag before I pour out something else. Their attention span is not that long. And it's not, I don't want it to become a power struggle issue just because I want the floor to be clean. I mean, they're children. They're going to play. They're going to do what they do. They learn best through play, in my opinion. So at the end of the day, when the classroom and there's toys, of course, I can do my best to say, okay, let's put this up before we get out something else. But like I said, I have physical limitations. So there's only so much I can do in the run of a day. So I have to tell myself on a daily basis, it is perfectly fine if the blocks are on the floor. You do not have to hurt yourself trying to pick up these blocks. Like I have to be careful to not let, little small things like that, mess with my confidence. I have to remind myself, God made me, God created me, and He is blessing me with the strength and the knowledge to be able to raise these children and to take care of them, and to take care of myself. So I can't let something as small as blocks being on the floor until the next day, you know, you know, basically cause me to falter when it comes to my self confidence. It's really not that big of a deal because I can just close the door, and I really don't I really don't have company anyway. So it's really not that big of a deal. So those are some things that we can do to ourselves. It's called self sabotage. Why am I making such a big issue of because the block's on the floor, or because maybe I didn't accomplish this by the end of the day. I literally have all day to accomplish whatever needs to be accomplished, and if I don't have the whole classroom clean, at least I cleaned up the corner. I can't beat myself up over small things like that. Okay, I left a dish in the sink. I can't beat myself up about that. I have to um, maintain my self confidence on a daily basis. I can't beat myself up about that. I have to focus on the positives and focus on all the things that I can do. Like, what did I accomplish? What did I accomplish today? Did I hug them? Did I tell them that I love them? Was I nice to someone? Like, did I reach out to someone? Like I said, with my physical limitations, I really don't travel a lot, due to that. But I mean, I can, post something on social media. I can send a text. I can send an email. I can send a message. I don't have to just focus on um, all the can'ts. I can focus on the cans and the can do's. I can focus on the fact that God woke me up this morning. And He woke up a lot of people. So that is what I say when I think of the fact that I am confident. I know He made me. I know He knows what I'm capable of. I have to remind myself of what I'm capable of on a daily basis, whether that be through a verse or whether that be through a song. Um, you know, there's several different things that you can do, to remind yourself, of your confidence and of your capabilities. Um, you can give yourself positive affirmations, which is what I do and what we're talking about. You can dress in a way that makes you feel your best. Like, everybody has their own style. Everybody has, certain things they can wear to make themselves feel good. You can focus on improving your body language. You don't want to look down. You can focus on holding your head up. That was a big thing. My mom always told me about that. She was like, no, don't walk with your head down. Like, why is your head down? You need to hold your head up. God made you. You should be proud of what He made. Excuse me. And you should challenge yourself for limiting beliefs. So, whatever it is that's telling you that you can't do it, you need to replace that with the I can do it. Replace that with the I can do it. Okay, so I can't pick up the stuff off the floor. I can hire somebody to do it. At least He's blessed me with the money to pay somebody. See what I'm saying? So there's always ways to work around the things that you feel like you can't do. And the more you talk about it and the more you replace the negative self talk with positive self talk, the internal dialogue in your mind will become better. And once again, it really goes back to our childhood. So, um, what kind of childhood you had, that's what kind of inner voice you'll have. Like I said, I've spoken on before. Of course, I was bullied a lot when I was growing up, but like I said, I always had my mom, in the back of my mind to combat that, um, the bullying that I was receiving. I always had verses in my mind, to combat the bullying I was receiving. But your confidence in your adulthood, that is going to determine the relationships that you are in. That's going to determine the relationship you have with your employer or your boss. That is going to determine the relationship that you have with your friends. And it's also going to determine your spiritual relationship. I mean, because, if you don't have confidence in the person who made you, then you're not going to try to achieve or, live up to, your capabilities, as a servant, or a child of, God, a child of who created you. So, confidence plays a big part in your day to day life. So, like I said, replace that negative self talk. Say I can, instead of I can't. Rely on that source of strength. Believe that you were created, to do great things. I believe that, and I tell my children that. And the good thing about that is you can start now. If you haven't been doing that with your children or with yourself, you can always start now. You can't worry about what you haven't been doing. You can start today. You can start now. Replace that negative talk with positive talk. Take a few minutes out of your day, to talk to yourself. That's very important. So when you say I am confident, the more you say it, you keep saying I am confident, and you start doing confident things, doing things to make yourself feel good and doing things to make yourself look good. Um, then you'll start believing it as well. So, as always, I want us to remember that you are smart, you are loved, you are blessed, and you can do anything. Thanks for listening. Until next time.